Okay, this is an Ahuja Group Property Report, which you can expect to get as being a client of the Ahuja Group. Now you can see the picture there of the property, but then if you look at the white column, you've got the property reference, which is Jan 26, I'm underlining it there, but then you've got all the key facts about the property. So here we say it's worth £100,000. We've got the equity at 25k, which is the value less the purchase price which we can get it. So in this case it's 75,000, being 100 minus 25k. Now the equity is the money that's real money locked in there, just because you're getting a great discount on the property. Here we've got the actual discount, which is 25%, which is what is 25,000 over 100,000, so it's 25%. And then here we've got what is called the LHA rental income. Now LHA is the local housing allowance, and that's an official governmental stat, which is what the government pays for someone who's in receipt of housing benefit. They'll pay 525 on a property like this one if you was to rent it to someone who is unemployed. Now then we calculate what's called the rental yield, which is the annual rent divided by the purchase price. And so here we've got the 525 rent times 12 divided by the purchase price, which is 100 minus 25, which is 75, which gives us the rental yield of 8.4%. So you can look at that and compare that to other investments that you might be interested in and other property investments, and it's an excellent way of determining whether a property is a good purchase or not. And then we've got the private rental yield, which is set at 450. Now we speak to agents in the area, 2 or 3 agents, to get a guide of what we think the rent, what they think the rent could be if you used to rent it to someone who wasn't unemployed, and that's the figure there we put there. And then we come up with the rental yield, which is the private rental income times 12 divided by the purchase price, in this case 75k. Now then we calculate this figure here, which is payback on initial investment. Now you're going to have to put some money into this deal, but also you get money back, and the amount of money you get back is expressed in as called payback on initial investment. So if you've put £5,000 into the deal and you make £100 a month, then to get all your money back it will be 5,000 divided by 100, which equal 50 months. So in this case, if we flip over to here, financials at a glance, you can see the total capital required here is 5795, and the monthly profit here is 254. So effectively it will take you 22 months to get all your initial capital back, and then after that the rest is all profit. Okay, let me just clear that all now. And now we've got the facts. Now this is all about the actual property itself. Now it just tells you the nearest town, which is Brampton in Cumbria, the distance from the town, so that's 0.3 miles. Property type, so you can have semi-detached, detached, terrace, and this is in a terrace. Number of bedrooms, which is 3. Now tenancy, that's AST, that's the suggested type of tenancy, and you can either have assured short-hold tenancy, which is AST, or HMO, which is all about renting the rooms. So in this one we're saying you should just rent it to a family. And whether the property is empty or vacant, and in this one it is vacant. Okay, let's clear that. Alright, then we've got neighbourhood profile, which is really, we get this data from various sources to find out what sort of area the property is located in. And in this one you can see that actually people's mean income in that area is very low, so it's quite a poor area. The interest in current affairs, very low, so they're probably going to like their Jeremy Kyle. Then housing with mortgage, so that means how many people are homeowners or not, and in this case very low, so it's predominantly a rental area. Education, very low here, so then basically people are not very well educated. Couples with children, low. So that means there's a lot of people with single, a lot of single and cohabiting couples and married couples in the area, which is surprising. And then we've got one here, have satellite TV, so that gives you an indication of their sort of income and aspirations, and here it's low. So that's all about the sort of profile, neighbourhood profile. Then we have here on this section the local price comparables. So this is how we establish the estimated value. So here we put the 2009 prices, and we look for properties within the postcode to the last 2 letters, and here we can see that something sold for 100k, very near to this property of similar size, so it's 100k there. And then we compare prices from 2007 to 2008, and we can see that the property was sold well in excess of 100k in 07 and 08 there. And then on this section is a new section we've added here, which is all about comparing it to what you would have paid if you'd have bought this without getting the discount. So if you'd have just found the property for 75k, what you'd have had to put down and cost, and it will tell you what you would have had to put down, which is 29,395 if you was to buy in a traditional way. If you compare that to here, down here with the 5795, you can see it's you're a lot better off purchasing with this no money down system. Okay, let's clear that. Right, then we've got the financials at a glance, which is really about the money in and the money out. Now here we've got our fee, which is we charge 3,000 on this property to purchase this property. Then we've got to pay another source for this deal, so you'll have to pay the 1,900 to basically package the fee. Now that's all about doing all the no money down system and the legal fees, etc., to use the system. Now on this one there is no third party sourcing fee, but sometimes you have to pay a third party sourcing fee, which is an additional cost on top of what you've got there. Then you've got broker and survey fee. So to use a broker, it costs roughly £200 to £300, and then you've got survey fee, and we overestimate, so it's not usually that much, but here we stated 895, and then the total capital required is 5795, but it'll probably be a little bit less than that. But that's what you can expect to put into the deal. I mean, in my mind is just always be prudent, and I would look at this deal and say, well look, it's probably 6k in, and then you'd look at, well, what we could rent it for, which we explain, which is the LHA. So here we say it's 525. We calculate the mortgage cost. Now this will be dependent on your circumstances, but in this case we've used the typical lender, which is Birmingham Midshires, and we've worked out, you know, based on the amount you're borrowing, what the mortgage cost, and then it will come up with the monthly profit here, which is the rent less the mortgage cost is 254.